Hello and welcome. This is the second episode of TierSpan. TierSpan is a round by round tier list breakdown of the birds from the game Wingspan. Today we are going over the birds that allow you to reset the tray and grab a bird from the tray. This is a very unique group of bird powers, so let's get into each one. We are starting off today very strong with what I believe to be probably the best wetland drawing birds in the entire game. The white-throated dipper and the black-throated diver. The power allows you to discard the tray, refill it up, and pick one of the new 3 face-up birds. There's just something about resetting the tray and having this feeling of, I'm about to grab a really useful bird. You can grab an engine bird if it's early. You can grab a powerful point bomb if it's late. These birds are just absolutely incredible, and unlike similar powers that let you look at 2 or 3 or 4 cards, pick one of them and then discard the rest, these stay effective the entire game, even if your wetlands row is completely filled up. Absolutely some of my favorite birds to have in my starting hand ever. These birds are absolutely S tier at the start of the game. Even if it's not your very first wetlands bird, by the end of round 2, these are still incredible pieces to get down. And they do drop off pretty quickly once you get to rounds 3 and 4. I put them in B tier and C tier. The white-throated dipper I actually dropped slightly more just because its food value is a little bit worse, so it goes into C and D tier. But these are incredible birds, and if you can get them down early, S tier. Next is what I might consider to be the best bird in the entire game. The White Stork allows you to discard the tray and pick one of the new face-up cards, but it can go in your grasslands. This opens up so much potential, so much power of being able to lay some eggs, as well as cycle through the bird tray to pick a powerful bird. It is just way too good. That being said, it does have a few major limitations. The first one being you only net a single card when you activate this. The other being that if you already have a really great bird in the tray, one that you need or really want, you can't grab it with this unless it is paired with some other kind of tuck and draw that is activated ahead of it. So absolutely powerful bird, almost borderline busted being able to do what it can. Great value that lasts all the way through the end of the game, but it does have a few limitations. So because of those limitations, I do put this bird in S tier. If I had an S plus tier, this would qualify as long as it can be paired with like a killdeer or a tuck and draw that can grab those really powerful birds that are already face up in the tray. Even at the end of the game, this card remains in A tier because it can be useful just as a point bomb. It applies to a lot of great bonus cards. It's easy to put down with flexible food cost. So I love this bird. It's powerful the entire game. You can never be sad about getting a White Stork, and you can always try to get it down and get incredible value out of it. We are now going to switch gears to the birds that allow you to reset the tray, but you can only grab a bird with a certain nest type. So if it's already there, you can just pick it up. That's great. If there are none there, or just if you want to, you can reset the tray and grab one of the birds that has the applicable nest, platform, cavity, or a ground nest. So these birds are so fickle. They can absolutely get you gems, they can get you star nests, they can get you point bombs or perfect engine pieces, or they can reset the tray for your opponent and give them that incredible bird that you wish you could grab, but it doesn't have the right nest type. So they are very risky on their own, but if you have some kind of post draw power, whether it's like a tuck and draw or like the greave that lets you draw one, discard one, something that lets you draw cards after you reset the tray, these birds become, I believe, S tier, just because it removes that risk of resetting the tray and leaving that perfect, amazing point bomb for your opponent to grab. So I think on their own, these birds stand starting the game in rounds 1 and 2 at B tier. They are just okay, maybe slightly above average wetland birds to start out with. I think they quickly drop off into C tier and then F tier, which might be a little generous. I am a little bit higher on the royal spoonbill just because it has a slightly higher point value for its food, and it might be an okay bird just to play at the end of the game if you need it for certain bonus card criteria or whatever. But there is a lot of risk with these birds, so they're okay, and they quickly drop off in value. Our final bird is one that comes with a lot of hype, the Willie Wagtail. Very, very unique as the only other bird besides the wood duck that allows you to draw cards from your forest. And it can also go in your grasslands if you want it to. This bird can go anywhere. It's got a very flexible food cost. It can carry a whole bunch of eggs. It can only grab star nests or cup nests, though, once you reset the tray. So all of the risks I talked about with the other bird nest specific powers apply to this one. But if you can temper that with a tuck and draw that you can apply to it after you activate this power and reset the tray, this bird is S tier, easily. Like one of the best birds in the game if you can combine it in a habitat, whether it's your grasslands or your forest, where you can reset the tray, maybe grab just any bird that pops up, and then tuck that bird to grab an actual bird that's helpful with any nest type. So if you can get that down, this bird's totally overpowered and incredibly good. I love getting this bird and putting it with that kind of combo, but it still has risks if you cannot get that kind of perfect combo with it. So I think given that it can net you cards in your forest and your grasslands, this still qualifies as an A tier bird, but after rounds 1 and 2, it's just too expensive and not really worth playing, especially with the risk considered, and it quickly drops off to D tier and F tier. There's no reason to play this late in the game, but it's a super fun bird and it's super great to have early in your game to get down and get rolling for you. So that is all the birds in the game that allow you to reset the tray. Please let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends. I would love to hear your feedback on what you think about these episodes. Thank you so much for watching TierSpan. This is Bout Nemo. Good luck, have fun, and we'll see you next time.